Alright. The author is called Shouts. No office page for this person. Just called Shouts. And they wrote Pet Radio Mast. Okay. I wonder if it's like... I highly doubt it's inspired by Pet Cemetery, but here we go. Pet Radio Mast. Euclid. Special containment procedures. SB2561 is to be contained within a 2.5 times 1.5 times 2 meter enclosure constructed from FM radio frequency, VHF, deflecting material within Site 15. Unauthorized electrical conductive material, electrical instruments, and any type of audio transmitters must be kept outside the enclosure to avoid outside VHF interception from the specimen. While inside SB2561's enclosure, all personnel are required to wear high-frequency noise-cancelling earmuffs. One portable FM radio is to be placed inside the enclosure next to an audio recording device. The device must be recording at all times, and the radio must be tuned to a frequency of 169.695 MHz. Researchers are to play back audio recordings bi-weekly to listen for any unusual broadcasts or requests from the specimen to communicate with personnel. Description. Physically, SB2561 has the body and limb structure of a severely malnourished domestic short-haired cat, Felis catus. Its furred torso is white, while its front and hind legs are dark gray in coloration. Its entire head and face are in the form of a vintage television set complete with rabbit ear antenna. A large single right eye with a black pupil is displayed on the television screen, which overlaps colored SMPT bars. The specimen has no visible mouth, nose, or ears. However, it does respond to auditory and visual stimuli, indicating some sort of vision and hearing capabilities. SB2561 possesses a tail superficially resembling a standard two-prong power cord measuring approximately 80 centimeters. The specimen does not sleep or on sustenance to function normally. SB2561's behavior shares a likeness to the typical behavior of the average house cat, displaying traits of curiosity, skittishness, and spontaneity. Hey, like lamb cats. Wonder if those guys are cousins. Oh yeah, the lamb cats. Oh yeah, man, that's been a while back. That's a throwback. SB2561 has the anomalous ability to receive, store, and emit radio broadcasts within a radius of 20 kilometers through its antenna. Broadcasts emitted from the subject reach all function FM radio within a 20-kilometer radius of the specimen. All observed broadcasts emitted from the subjects are in the form of static, slightly distorted voices, and music. SB2561 has proven to be sapient and is capable of limited speech via broadcasting clips or speech and music from various radio show broadcasts. Using these speech excerpts, the specimen forms sentences to communicate. When it's not attempting to communicate, it broadcasts songs, radio shows, or low white noise. Addendum 1. SB2561 was captured and retrieved by the MTF Epsilon 6 Village Idiots on 2000 in rural Oregon. Yeah, right? Would you adopt it? Yes. Prior to SB2561's containment, FM radio interference were commonplace among residents who lived anywhere between 0 to 20 kilometers from the town's local forest reserves. The interference, as witnesses described, sounded like jumbled voices, choppy music, and static. Man, I was just thinking my radio was like possessed. I'd be like, what the? Especially if I'm not the owner of, or like the. Yeah, if I'm not aware that it's like some sort of like weird cat that's fucking with a radio, and I just live by myself listening to like some music, so you just go like, hello, help, 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 help. I'll be like, chuck the radio out of the window. The sounds would slowly fade over scheduled broadcast, remain at a level volume for 1 to 5 minutes, then slowly fade back to normal broadcasting. On rare occasions, these radio interruptions consisted only of extremely loud, high-pitched frequencies. The noise was observed to reach an inexplicable decibel level of 90 decibels, regardless of the radio maximum volume limit. Oh, so it's fucking... These interruptions lasted until the affected radio was either manually disabled or until the harsh noise forced the speakers to overheat and blow out. These high frequencies were described to have inflicted painful cases of tinnitus on those listening. Of course it has. Honestly, we wouldn't want a friendly anomaly pet walking my SCP-096. Don't look at him. You basically are the equivalent of the Vine of like of like, you know, the Vine with the dog. Get your fucking dog, but he don't bite. Yes, he do. That's you. But except of a dog barking and wanting to bite, it's 096 about to kill me. Get your anomaly off of me. It don't bite. Yes. Update. Shit. There we go. Update 2000. Sorry about that. That was a little misclick there. Okay, well, observing SCP-2561 behaves on 2000. Researchers noted a transmission from the specimen in which it seemed to request communication from a figure of authority within Site 15. Exactly 2 days after containment. Upon hearing the transmission, researchers promptly scheduled an interview with the specimen. Below is a transcript of a recorded interview with SCP-2561. SCP-2561's responses were received via transmission through the interviewer's FM radio. Interviewer researcher / 2561 Dr. G interviewed SCP-2561. Forward, SCP-2561 was seen pacing back and forth around its enclosure. When the interview began, SCP-2561 was the first to speak, displaying a sign of eagerness to communicate. Begin log. I can't hear anything. I've been cut off. What happened to everybody? Hey, slow down. It's okay. You're safe. We just want to ask you some questions to get a better understanding of you. 10 seconds of silence. Is that okay with you? It's quiet. Too quiet. What do you mean? Can you hear me? Right. I've been cut off. What happened to everybody? 5 seconds silence. Wait, are you talking about the lack of VHF frequencies in your enclosure? I promise you. Those frequencies are sealed off so you can't receive any more transmissions as of right now. We first want to understand what you are and what you know before we let you take in more information. 5 seconds of silence. Now, we need to get back to the subject at hand. I'm here to ask you a few questions. We'll start simple. Do you know what you are? Where you came from? May come from an unknown hand. I don't know. You have no memory of where you're from. You know what you are yourself. Meant to be free. Received word. First for knowledge. A first for knowledge. First for knowledge. Received word. Understand. Human. Brain. Life. Dead. So, you were gathering information from radio broadcasts to help you understand life, or am I mistaken? 10 seconds of silence. Isolation. Death. Prison. You're not in prison, we're only trying to study you. If you cooperate, we can better understand each other. That's what you want, right? You understand humans? We have to. Escape! Again, you don't have to. I can guarantee that you'll be safe here. Please answer my questions so we... Doctor is interrupted by a high-frequency noise that is unexpectedly transmitted over the FM radio. Doctor drops the radio and a loud thud can be heard as it hits the ground. The harsh noise ceases after 10 seconds. 20 seconds silence. Go on without me. I'm better off alone. Alright. This interview is over. You're not in prison, press to doubt. I mean... to say to the thing that's stuck in a radio while inside a containment inside a building, be like, you're not imprisoned. Am I not? Am I really not? Closing statement. Researcher Dr. G report -A 2000 didn't go as well as I hoped. But at least we got something on the other specimen. After I ended the interview and left the observation booth, it proceeded to broadcast this old song from a while ago. I think... Gloomy Sunday? Yeah, the Billie Holiday one. The song repeated itself for about 2 hours before ceasing, all the while the specimen was perched in a corner staring at the wall. My ears are still ringing from that noise. If we ever conduct an interview like this again, we need to take extra precautions to protect our ears from being blown off our heads. Gloomy Sunday. Let's see what the lyrics are. Sunday's gloomy miles are numberless. There is the shadows I live with are numberless. Alive with are numberless. Little white flowers will never awaken you. Not with a black coach of soul has taken you. Angels have no thoughts of ever returning you. Would they be angry if I thought of joining you? Gloomy Sunday, gloomy Sunday. With shouts I spend it all my heart, and I have decided to end it all. Soon there be candles and prayers that are said, I know, let them not weep, let them know that I'm glad to go. Death is no dream, for in death I'm pressing you. With the last breath of my soul, I'll be blessing you. Gloomy Sunday, dreaming, I was only dreaming. I wake and I find you asleep in the deep of my heart. Here, darling, I hope that my dream never haunted you. My heart is telling you how much I want you, Gloomy Sunday. And that's that. And the cat was kind of like just looking at the wall while this was happening. Go on without me, I'm better off alone. This reminds me of that other cat SCP that also transmitted radio signals and was a Chaos Insurgency spy. Did I read that one? There was something about the there's a lot of cats and radio SCPs. But I'm not sure if I read that. Maybe I did. And it must have been a while ago. There's an image in the files. Okay. Here we go. Oscar. Well, ain't that. I assume that's supposed to be the body here. And that's like the head? Hard to tell, but I assume that's the case. It does sound like the cat is like... Yeah, I think the imprisonment that we had there was probably not somebody in the radio, but I think like there was maybe the cat was like a transmitter from somebody else. Like the cat's kind of like a connector to kind of like a Bluetooth connection to radios, right? And then like somebody is sending a signal towards the cat, and the cat's sending that signal towards the next closest radio. Maybe I might be wrong. But like that's what. Sounds like, because the moment those 2 hours of Gloomy Sunday played, the cat did not move.